to the Vox Pile.
Hey everyone, this is B from NYC here at the Rocks Pile for the annual Tough Enough review. Now this is going to be one based on last week's as well as last night's, mainly because technical difficulties. I'm really sorry I couldn't get the first one up. With regards to episode 5, I have to say that Ryan, he really had what was coming to him with regards to the 3 strikes, and you know what? Stone Cold's right. 3 strikes, you're out. But you know what? The fact of the matter is that, Luke, the fact that he was in the bottom 3, it's the fact that he really needs to learn the aspects of the word teamwork. Because, again, if you're going out for yourself and only looking out for you, how are you going to be able to take care of your opponent in the ring? How are you going to make sure that both you and your opponent wind up leaving the ring in one piece and one of you guys not going to the hospital? I mean, really, you need to keep that aspect of teamwork, because if you don't, no one's going to want to work with you because they feel that they're not safe in the ring with you. So, Luke, you really need to work on that aspect of teamwork, and I think that you have what it takes to be the winner in this competition. You are mentally and physically prepared. You just need to really, there are little tweaks that you need to really work on, teamwork being one of them. To tell you the truth, I could actually see you being a good tag team partner with Jeremiah, so keep working on that. Now, with regards to this week, Eric, I knew that he would wind up being one of the ones taken out. Now, with regards to Ivelisse, Stone Cold's right. I do agree with him. If the leg was not an issue, she would not have been in the bottom 3. And it would have been pretty much AJ, Eric, and I really don't know who the third would really be, because everyone seems to be really showing a lot of improvement, especially Christina. Christina's really been, working herself up there, and I think being in the bottom 3 herself, that really opened up her eyes. That was the fire under her ass that she needed. Now, with regards to AJ, that line that you said to Stone Cold last night, with regards to "you're gonna have to take it from me," with regards to the belt, that really did save your ass. Now, I'm just hoping that you don't coast anymore, because you really need to distinguish yourself. Look at what happened with Michael. He did not distinguish himself from the group. He did not really make a splash. For Christ's sake, Trish was saying, "Who?" And she did the same thing with you. So you really need to work on really setting yourself apart from everyone else in there. Now, with regards to the skills challenge, Luke, you finally won one. And it's about damn time. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving Martin and the stuff that he's doing. Andy's also getting up there. Jeremiah, way not too far behind you, but you really, in the beginning of the season, you really showed the qualities and the personality of being the top dog. And the only thing that was missing was accomplishing winning the skills challenge. For 3 weeks in a row, Martin has beaten you, and this time you won it. And I think it's because of the fact I saw that you had a bit more control of your balance on the turnbuckles when it came down to being on the top 1 during the skills challenge. So big props up to you. Now, I think that it was a great idea to have John Morrison on this show. this week, because not only him being a very accomplished superstar, he's also a Tough Enough alum, as those of you who have been keeping up to tabs with Tough Enough well know. Winner of Tough Enough 3, and he has really come into his own since he's been in the company, and I'm really seeing a bright future for him. And with regards to Ivelisse, I can tell you right now that once that leg heals up, we're not going to see the last of her. Eric, this isn't for you. I'm sorry. I mean, you do have flashes, as Stone Cold said, you do have flashes of being great, but, you get winded too easily. And, you did have the look, but there's more to the business and getting into this business and having a contract than having a look. You really need to show that you can handle, the pressures of being in the ring and working a match, let alone the training. I mean, if you can't measure up to the training alone, what makes you think you're going to be able to handle, being on the road and being in that ring days at a time, nights at a time? You can't. It's not to say that you can't have a place in the business, because you can. I mean, for example, Josh Matthews, he was on one of the seasons of Tough Enough, and now look at him. He's not wrestling, but he is a commentator. The Miz, same exact thing. He was on Tough Enough. He didn't win it, but he started out as a commentator, and then he worked his way into actually wrestling. Melina Perez, same thing. She didn't win, but you know what? Eventually, we got to see her managing, and then she got into becoming more of a wrestler. So there's always a place in the business for someone. With you, it may actually be, it may be a Josh Matthews position. You never know. So, I'm not counting, Eric, I'm not counting you out completely. But wrestling, again, you're a big guy. You need to keep control. You needed to learn how to keep control of your wind, and you didn't. And the rope course, I have to say, it was really sad to watch. I'm sorry. It was really sad to watch. But you know what? Stone Cold's right, though. You didn't quit at it. You were trying to do it by yourself, and we give you credit for that. Now, with regards to next week, I don't know if there's going to be a double elimination. I think there was only a double elimination because of the fact Ivelisse, again, with her leg, she has no control over that, and Stone Cold did what he felt he had to do, not just for the safety of everyone else, but also for her. Because if she was to have continued, then God knows what would have happened. I mean, if I recall correctly, the same thing happened to Matt Murdock, actually. No. The same thing happened to Matt Morgan. My mistake. I am absolutely sorry. Okay? Please forgive me. Matt Morgan, when he was on Tough Enough, he had an injury, and he thought that he could push through it and everything, but then he wound up going to the doctor, and he had to wind up leaving the competition because of the fact the doctors recommended that he not do it. Because if he was to have continued, I believe it was his leg, if he was to have continued, then the injury would have gotten a lot worse, and then who knows what could have happened. He probably wouldn't have been able to wrestle anymore. So this was an uncontrollable thing, but Ivelisse, you can heal from it, and I know that we're not going to be seeing the last of you. So for the rest of you guys out there, apparently word is that there has been injuries that have happened where someone went to the emergency room. We'll see who that was. We'll see who's left. So tune in next week for Tough Enough. This is B from NYC here at the Rocks Pile, and I'll catch you guys later.